When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise, tear all the worries out of my mind. About who I'm supposed to be, I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away, they were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars, you'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Maybe my compass was wrong, and I'm still on my way closer each day to where I belong. I'm still rolling the dice, praying sometimes it don't last it long. I'm losing my faith, I'm walking away from what you knew all along. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars, you'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars, you'll be dancing, dancing on the moon.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want now. This ain't what you want. Who alive can't put me in a box. I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I whip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a scotch bunny. Don't try study me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing
fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious, release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blow me, that head missing. I'm a phenomenon, stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn, and I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan. Sick, twisted, gifted, can't copy, printed, can't hold me down. I shape shift, I'm liquid. I killed this beat, I might get convicted. They know how I move, it was predicted. Persistent, spoken into existence, so consistent, no assistance. Hear me once, become addicted. If I rap it, then I live it. There's no cap, and I be breaking this. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Taste in tunes and everything you ooze. The tempo of your beat, you bleed a melody. No one can control that old time rock and roll. No rule of gravity. And hey, can I follow you back to your room, watching you bloom in the light of the moon? Can I follow you back to your arms, wash it all Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I end up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. I'm better off alone. So sad inside and hopeless. These Hollywood hoes never notice. Can't get back on. You're gone, girl, I miss you. Can't get back on. You're gone, girl, I miss you. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I end up alone. I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls seem polite in the club.
What is good, gearheads of Twitch.tv? You are with Apollo Racing Club. The game is Assetto Corsa Competizione. Y'all already know who it is, and if you don't, it's your boy Bash. I'm here with Adam, EV500. EV, tell us where we're at.
Well, today we are at the beautiful Zandvoort circuit in the Netherlands. It's where the Formula One Dutch Grand Prix happens every year, and it is a historic circuit indeed. Currently, the track layout as it stands, once I get my my information up here, is 2.6 miles. It's a dry track this time. Last year, it was not dry. We didn't have quite a few dry races last season, Bash. These drivers are very excited. I can tell just the fact that it's a dry race. We're back to ACC action, and we have a change-up in our rules. Our rules have changed from 45 minutes to 60-minute sprints.
Ooh, that should be fun.
That should be exciting. Now we're going to get an additional 15 minutes of extra racing every Saturday night. Our marathons will be longer, so that will be quite interesting to see how that works out for the season. But the same rules apply in qualifying. The first 10 minutes, our amateur drivers will be out putting up the times. And after the 10 minutes, at the 10-minute mark, those amateurs will have to come back into the pits because it will be the pro class turn to put out some laps. And we also have some evaluation drivers as well. So you'll see 3 different tags. You'll see a red tag, that means amateur, a white tag for the pro division, and then a silver tag for evaluation. Well, Bash, it is exciting. We are about to get ready to go to qualifying. With the new rules, with the new added 15 minutes of racing, what are you excited for the most?
Well, Zandvoort's just a really fun track to go around. All of the banks, all the crazy turns. I'm excited that it's a dry race. I'm excited that the drivers seem to be pumped up. We're just looking at the amateurs going out right now, and we see some new liveries being shown off. Big Bark, for instance, in the number 51 Ferrari showing off a inspired by the Formula One team. I'm digging that. And it looks like he's getting in a decent lap as well, going through at least the first sector.
Big Bark was in the Porsche last season, is now looking to maybe get out of such a difficult car to drive and something that's hard to keep pace with, and move to something a little bit easier like the Ferrari, a very decent car to drive indeed. So Big Bark is somebody to keep our eyes on in the Ferrari. Somebody else I would like to give a shout out is Tim Wilkins in the Yeet McLaren. He is somebody to watch out for. This man has put up some laps. So now we're already seeing the first round of laps coming on in. Looks like Sabadra has put up a time of 1:36.1 in the Bentley. Thornton very close behind in the McLaren. Last year he was in the Mercedes. Now he moves over to the McLaren, the Death Trap, in the Sleepy Yeti McLaren. He is currently P3. Big Bark putting up a 1:36.4, and Rob Jakes with a 1:37.8. Jeff Fleischman currently 5th fastest with a 1:38.0, and then Brandon Gobes in the MJ Motorsports Audi is puts up the 6th fastest time with a 1:38.4. Alan Zoe, somebody who's back on that Porsche again, on the Penrose Racing Porsche. That car currently 7th fastest, 1:38.9. Chevron Weathers with Team Quadrant. Not actual Team Quadrant, but I don't
We
have
can pretend.
We can pretend. Do you see a livery on that car, sir?
No, I see all black. I see M Performance on the wing.
All right, cool. Just want to make sure. And So it's Chevron Weathers currently with a 139.168. Excuse me, 618. And then Tim Wilkins with a 139.7. And Justin Robinson, 139.9. So that is your amateur and evaluation field. Let's take a look over at Sanda, is it Savadra?
Saavedra? Let's call him that. I will say, you were right about the Ferrari probably being easier to drive for Big Bark because, like, second place and hot on the heels of Saavedra. It looks like his lap this time was compromised by having to dodge a spinning car, but maybe next lap he'll get even closer first.
Easton is somebody we haven't talked about. He's currently third fastest with 136.5.
Ooh. Yeah, those McLarens are putting in work, and Easton always puts on a show, whether it's here or in some of the F1 leagues. I might have driven against him once or twice.
Thornton in the McLaren as well. He is fourth right now. He had some really good races last season, had some very shiny moments in the Mercedes. Kind of surprising to see him move over to the McLaren, but he's currently 8 tenths up on his fastest time of 137.017, so he's looking to get into the 136s here.
Yeah, best of luck to him. I will say it's really cool seeing a lot of McLarens coming out this particular race. Do the McLarens do better on Zandvoort than some of the other cars?
Well, they have to lock in their picks for the whole season. So whatever car they're driving here is the car that they drive for the next 3 months. That's insane to think about. So people who are choosing the McLaren, but here comes Thornton. He's going to go third fastest with a 136.3. So he does find some pace, and now he's creeping ever so highly in the amateur class. Let's head on over to Rob Jakes. He's 3 tenths up on his pace. He is in the Nissan GTR.
Ooh, always love the GTRs. Let's see how this one finishes, though. It's going to be a 1 minute 37.2, just under, putting him in 6th. So there's some room for improvement.
Mm-hmm. Justin Robinson in the Crane Fight Ferrari. He is 5 tenths up on his fastest time, which is a 139.861. He's going to be coming across the line now down the front straight. Can he improve on his time and maybe bump up a couple positions? No, he does not. He puts up a 139.687 in the process, though. Now we're seeing a bunch of guys starting their outlaps once again. We're seeing that Bentley in the pits, but Easton, he is still out there. He is looking to potentially steal a pole position in the amateur class this evening. Same with Big Bark. Big Bark is somebody, like I said, not to sleep on. And maybe that Ferrari-inspired Ferrari GT3 is becoming a huge help for him. And now there's a McLaren off. That's Thornton. He is off the track right now. And there's Jeff Fleischman behind Big Bark right now as they come into the chicane. This is where I'm expecting to see quite a bit of chaos. It's a heavy braking zone.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch during the race. Yeah, hopefully there aren't too many collisions, but you never know.
You never know indeed. The track condition currently is optimum for the next 30 minutes. It's going to be sunshine and cloudy with the wind blowing towards the west at 1 kilometer per hour. And now Big Bark, he is not going to get pole position here, and he's going to crash his car in disgust.
Yeah.
Easton, though, he is a 10th up on his fastest time. If he can find 3 tenths, he gets pole position here, and this will be his final lap as we are approaching that 10-minute mark. If everybody,
going through that final bank.
Coming through the final turn, it looks clean here, but now he's actually down 5 tenths. This is not going to happen for him. He is going to be crossing the finish line here. He will be able to do another lap because he is under that 10-minute mark. So he was able to cross the line with 1 lap to do. So Chevron Weathers in the team quadrant BMW. He is coming through the middle part of Zandvoort here. He is 2 tenths up with a 139.618.
Yeah, we'll see if he can't move up any positions. He is driving quite clean. And I like the way that he's approaching these turns, almost a second up. Ooh, he cuts a bit, but thankfully not enough to compromise his lap. He is still going strong. No longer necessarily half a second up, but actually, yeah, no, he is floating around that. He isn't shooting for pole, it looks like, but maybe he can at least cross the line and get Tim Wilkins' position of 9th. He's just going to need to bring it these last 2 turns.
Chevron Weathers now coming through the chicane will approach the penultimate corner here at Zandvoort.
He's finding seconds out of nowhere.
He has found 3 seconds of time almost. He's 2.9 seconds up on his delta. Can he continue it on? He's 3 seconds up. Does he find the time? It's going to be a very good time. He crosses the line. He gets a 1:36.672.
He gets 5th. Very well done to Chevron Weathers. That BMW putting in all kinds of work. Parking it right next to Brandon Gobes in that orange Audi, representing the Orange Army in the Netherlands, of all places.
Well, right now, Tommy Kogan, he is one of the front runners here in our qualifying for the pros.
Yep. So it looks like we will be watching him first in that Honda NSX. Here in America, we see it as an Acura, but whatever.
Well, that will be the car that I will be racing in come the 4 hours of Laguna Seca coming up next month. So
that sounds fun. Best of luck in that. Anyways.
So Tommy Kogan in the Honda starts his hot lap.
Yep. First corner is just approaches it normally, but at the very least, going pretty clean. Exiting through those corners, for whatever reason, has a positive delta.
Although it'll probably show a positive delta until things run.
Probably. But at the very least, Tommy Kogan is making sure he gets a clean lap in, and a nice-to-watch lap at that, just to make sure that he is on the board and has a qualifying position.
Andrew Warden's also here tonight. We'll switch to him momentarily.
Yep, right after Kogan crosses the line.
Kogan's doing a good job here, holding steady. As he comes into the chicane now, can he find any extra time? And maybe put this Honda right on pole position here. Your current pole position time is a 1:35.439. Here comes Tommy Kogan. He's coming through the final turn. He is getting all the pace he needs, and he is absolutely flooring it down the straight here. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock, and he's going to go 7th fastest with a 1:36.72. Andrew Warden goes pole position in the Honda with a 1:35.2.
But yeah, no, those Hondas just glue themselves to the apex. Very good handling.
Alexis Moison, 1:36.03, and then let's head over to Joshua Kimball. He'll be coming. He just came across the line.
You got another orange car, this time a Ferrari, the number 978 of Joshua Kimball, who looks to be improving on a 1:38 time. It's a considerable improvement, almost a second. Of course, you will need to improve a lot because this is the pros category, and you'll definitely want to do a lot better than 1:38 to get in that top position. Ooh, just sliding through that previous corner. Kimball putting that Ferrari to work.
That is Joshua Kimball in the Grid Finder Works Ferrari. There's another Ferrari that's by him. That's the Ferrari of Alexis Moison.
Grid Finder being one of our partners, if I remember correctly.
Yep, Grid Finder. If you are interested in sign up for the league, head over to Grid Finder and search Apollo Racing Club. We are a Grid Finder approved racing league. Here comes Joshua Kimball through the penultimate turn. He is 1 second up on his time. This is now in the 1:37s, which would put him a couple of places higher. It wouldn't put him in the top 10, but it's going to be close. He goes with a 1:37.761 and goes 20th fastest.
Well, that's an improvement at the very least.
Headed over to Daniel Wright in the Blue Devil Racing McLaren. He's coming through the final turn now. He is 1.2 seconds up on his fastest time, which is a 1:36.402.
This can be a good one.
He comes across the line. He goes.
Ooh,
Go ahead.
Almost a sub 135. It's a 135.067, putting him in second. Still gotta get up to Andrew Warden's position.
Let's head over to Eric Mahoney, who's coming across the line. He's going to go 14th fastest with a 1:37.146 in that Yossi Autosport Nissan GTR.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Wait. I just noticed now. That is a Yoshi design. All the green spots over white. I dig that.
Right now, we're going to head over to Fred Forsberg in the North Swede Racing Ferrari. That is colors inspired by the hockey team that he loves in Sweden, and he is a man who is racing in Sweden. Now he's going to go off track, and that's going to hurt his qualifying right now. Let's head over to Kieran Fox in the Black Fox Racing McLaren. That is a very black McLaren, but he's a 10th up. He has a 1:37.377. Last season in the Audi, did a nice job getting a few races, being in the top 10, but this year in the McLaren, whole different story. 4/10 up. Here he comes through the final sector now, and he's going to have to use that heavy braking zone to find extra time. He's still only a 10th now. He's lost a little bit of time coming through that sector 2, through the end of sector 2. Now he's going to round through the chicane, and he's going to come to the penultimate corner. Where can he find some extra time currently? Nowhere.
I'd say Kieran Fox is going for a really stealthy look with his McLaren if it wasn't for that green wing. But it looks like he's staying pretty consistent with his lap time. It looks like it's going to be a marginal improvement, 1:37.3. Not enough to really put him so much higher, but he will definitely try again.
Doug Wetzel currently in 11th in that Ferrari. Is it Rinaldi Racing at Ferrari? He is currently almost a second up on his time. He's going to come through the final turn now. He has a 1:36.438. Where does he get now? He puts up a 4th position with a 1:35.487. So he is in the top 5. He was in and out last season, so glad to see him back this season. Let's head right over to Tommy Kogan, who is now 5/10 up on his pace with a 1:35.865. He comes across the line with a 1:35.328, and he'll go 3rd fastest.
Ooh. Yeah, very well done to Tommy Kogan. The NSXs aren't messing around. The Ferraris aren't messing around. This is going to be a really good race. The McLaren's obviously up there as well. Who else can we follow?
Kieran Fox now is 4/10 up.
Looks like he will be getting that improvement he needs after all. Yeah, shaving off around half a second. Let's see if he can't finish strong, losing a couple of milliseconds on that penultimate corner and getting them back in the ultimate corner. Now almost 0.7 up.
Comes
finishing
across
with a 1:36.651, putting him in 12th.
Fred Forsberg, somebody who invalidated his last lap time. This is his final chance to put up a decent lap here, as time is a ticking. We're under a minute here before that checkered flag will come out. Can he get across the line before it comes out? It's going to be close. But he's currently 4/10 up on his fastest time, which is a 1:37.182. This is a man who who's racing endurance events here at Apollo Racing Club. And his last endurance event, the team placed 2nd place. Fred Forsberg now coming through the final turn. He's now 1.9 seconds. He's almost finding 2 seconds as he comes across the line here. Where does he come? He goes 4th fastest. with
135.328.
And
Very
he had
well done.
5 seconds to spare. Now Andrew Warden, he is wanting to increase that lap time. Make that gap bigger to Daniel Wright with a 135.067.
It looks like he's on pace to do so. Yeah, give himself some breathing room. Even though Daniel Wright is in the pits and can't make another lap, but you never know. Doug Wetzel could make another lap, as could Forsberg. Even though he's got a positive delta.
He's going to have to find something. He's going to have to find time. Doug Wetzel currently 3/10, but we're going to watch Andrew Warden as he comes through the penultimate turn. We're seeing some checkered flags coming on out. Kieran Fox, P13. Eric Mahoney in P17. Tommy Cogan comes across the line in P3. Doug Wetzel, he comes across the line in third fastest. And Andrew Warden, he'll come across the line and adding a 10th to his time with a 134.785. So the man is fast tonight. Doug Wetzel comes in second, followed by Daniel Wright comes in second, followed by Doug Wetzel. He put up a 135.088. So only a 200th of a second between second and third.
Pretty good grid.
Pretty good grid indeed. Don Fox, we haven't said his name. He is in the back of the pack. But your lineup looks exactly like this. Andrew Warden on pole position, followed by Daniel Wright, Doug Wetzel, then Tommy Cogan, Fred Forsberg, Savadra, Alexis Moisan, Ice Tin, Big Bark, Dave Hussar, Tony Giordano, Thornton, Kieran Fox, Craig Bray, Chevron Weathers, Righteous Fire, Eric Mahoney, Jeff Fleischman, Rob Jakes, Brandon Gobes, Alan Zoe, Joshua Kimball, Roadside Cookie, Tim Wilkins. Oh, he fell way down the order. I thought he had some pretty good time. Justin Robinson, and then, of course, Don Fox. Also, something to keep in mind is that a pit stop is required for this race. So everybody will have to pit at least once for fuel, for tires. It doesn't matter as long as they make a pit stop. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see a lot of guys just go on a half fuel run before pitting before pitting. That way, the car is a little bit lighter. Don't have to worry about having so much weight on the car. Minute 45 until we begin the pace lap. What is your prediction, sir?
I don't know, but I don't know who exactly will win the race. But I feel like there's going to be a shakeup. Maybe someone else in the top 5 will. I mean, Warden could very well drive a very clean, very dominating race, but given how some of the previous ACC races have run, there could be an upset. Maybe someone even from beyond the top 10 could get a podium, but we'll just have to wait and see.
One minute until the race starts.
If anyone in the chat has predictions, I want to hear them.
All right, now setups being all completed. Everybody having to pick their poison, basically. What will be the pit strategy? One hour on the clock. These drivers getting ready
and they're off on their formation lap, warming up the tires, getting ready to go all the way.
Andrew Warden leads the pack away. We'll go through all the cars one more time just so everybody has a good look. Remember some of their liveries. Some of these guys are going to be making some heavy moves early on this evening. But it is a 1-hour race here at Apollo Racing Club. It's been a very busy day of racing this afternoon. We had 2 teams participate in the 6 hours at Watkins Glen, myself included. The 3D team placed 3rd today. That was fielded by Max Dunlow, QQ Tank, and Andrew, or MLG God. So congratulations to them. The team I was on, we came in 7th in the GTE class. So we were driving the new Porsche 911 RSR in iRacing today. So,
Ooh. How's that?
it's actually not a bad car to drive. It's actually much easier to drive that in iRacing than it is to drive it in ACC.
That's good to know.
Dave Hassar, we didn't talk about him much. He is in the Nissan GTR in that Yoshi Autosport. Craig Bray sporting the Hansbro Honda livery. Righteous Fire in the RFI Porsche. Jeff Fleischman in the Audi again this season. Rob Jakes in the Nissan GTR. Brandon Gobes in a Audi. Trying to think if there's anybody else. Roadside Cookie in a McLaren. Timmy Wilkins in the McLaren. Don Fox, he is in a Lexus. And Justin Robinson is in a Ferrari. Well, it is almost time. Now everybody getting lined up here to go green flag racing. The flag man has the green flag in his hands, just waiting on the cars to pack up here. There's a speed limit of 70 miles per hour. Now it's green flag, and away we go here as Daniel right now trying to keep with Andrew Warden as they fall into turn number 1 here at Zandvoort, and it's going to be a clean turn 1. And let's see what chaos is happening in the back. It looks like everybody's going to make it through cleanly. A little bit of contact, just a little bit of bumping and nudging. Now that's going to be a car off track. I'm not sure who that quite was, but that is going to be something. Now contact between the McLaren and the Nissan GTR. Coming into turns 3 and 4. Wow, what a start there. But everybody looks like they got away cleanly. Andrew Warden still leading this race.
So it looks like he's been able to get away from all the action. And he's actually developing quite a considerable lead.
The gaps are starting to form up, but Daniel Wright, he's holding strong. Brad Forsberg currently in 5th position. He dropped a position to Tommy Kogan in that Honda. But now they're coming through this very hard, difficult section of Zandvoort, and this is where things can get tricky.
Indeed, but Warden is keeping it super tidy. And just gonna, once again, just glued to that apex. Those NSXs are putting in work. Daniel Wright is keeping a reasonable amount of proximity to Andrew Warden, but Warden could always try to lose him. It looks like he's driving a lot cleaner than Wright is. Wright's taking a couple jagged turns, it seems like. Wetzel is actually closer to Wright than Wright is to Warden, so that's a little bit concerning with regards to a battle for first. But Warden doesn't seem to be concerned one bit.
Nope, he is holding on to a gap now of 0.5, about a half a second. There we go. That's how I should say it. But it's slowly actually by 1.1 seconds, excuse me.
Yeah, around about 1 second.
But Doug Wetzel, he is trying to keep up the pressure here for P2. Let's take a look at some other battles. Alexis Moison in P6. He's behind his old teammate in endurance. Fred Forsberg currently in P5. These two battling it hard as they come through Sector 2.
Yep, Moison putting on really good pressure. Almost made a move just that previous turn. Ooh, almost went for it again, just narrowly avoiding contact. And now going to try to use that straight, take advantage of the slipstream, try to see if he can't take the inside line and then just outbrake Forsberg. Won't be this time, but maybe he could use the chicane to get some good distance. But Forsberg is just driving so neatly, it's going to be a challenge.
Well, we're going through the field as much as we can just to see where kind of everybody is at. Big Bark in that Ferrari. He is behind the Bentley of Savadra.
Yeah.
But we do
Pretty
have
good
an up.
for an amateur P8.
Yep. Right now, I would like to update everybody. Alan Zoe did have a drive-through penalty. But now we're seeing the lap time starting to improve here. Let's keep our eyes on this battle for P5 because this could heat up here in the first week of the Apollo Racing Club ACC Sprint Championship.
Indeed. And it's entirely appropriate for things to heat up. Tomorrow's the first day of summer. Whew. Ooh, Alexis Moison goes off, though. That is going to ruin his battle, and Forsberg is just going to get right away.
That gap now opening up to almost 1.2 seconds here. Doug Wetzel,
Yeah.
he is still holding on to the back end of Daniel Wright.
Yep, in this race, you just got to make sure, above most things, that you're staying clean. Moison dropped down to attack range for Savadra, but looks like is getting a bit further. But Savadra as well has to watch out for Big Bark because Big Bark is just unrelenting in his battle, keeping it really neat, keeping it really close to the apex, and turning the speed up to 11. Yeah, just look at that slipstream.
Yep, that slipstream is going to be a major factor here. So currently the battles is for P2 between Doug Wetzel and Daniel Wright. Fred Forsberg and Tommy Kogan are having a battle for P3. Excuse me, for P4. So some pairings starting to form, which is always good to see two cars battling each other at the same time. Alexis Moison, he's a little bit of a lonely soldier right now. But Savadra and Big Bark having their own battle for P7. Dave Hassar currently alone, and he'll be approaching this battle for P7 as well. Thornton also alone. Same with Tony Giordano. Chevron Weathers, though, might have some company here very shortly with Kieran Fox and Craig Bray right behind them. And is Righteous Fire in this mix? Yes, he is. Keep further back, there is Eric Mahoney. He's a little bit lonely right now, but Easton, he's trying to make a battle out of it. Same with Jeff Fleischman. So those three will probably come together at some point. Roadside Cookie all alone. Justin Robinson, the same story for him. But Don Fox, he does have some company behind him of Tim Wilkins and Brandon Gobes. Joshua Kimball, he's also on the back end of this battle. In the back of the pack, Rob Jake driving alone, and Alan Zoe, same exact story. So quite a few names to ramble off there and quite a couple of battles. So it's kind of pick your poison here, Bash.
Yeah, I gotta think hard about this. Right now I'm following Craig Bray because three-way battles are always interesting. Or four-way actually. Actually no, Righteous Fire is probably the ideal view for that battle. Because he's approaching Craig Bray, and it looks like he might have an entire array of cars to be getting through in order to get closer to the points. I will say it is good to see these cars still bunched up and battling each other even after a couple of laps. We're getting some really good competition this season, it looks like.
It could turn into a very good season very quickly. But they have to survive an hour on Zandvoort.
Yep. Righteous Fire pulling back a little bit, but Craig Bray is staying on Kieran Fox, just waiting for the right opportunity to overtake. But, Chevarian Weathers has gone off into the grass and has lost multiple positions to Fox, Bray, and Righteous Fire. Eric Mahoney as well. Yeah, that's a costly error. Slipping back to 16th now. Craig Bray having to avoid that, but now setting his sights back onto Kieran Fox, but just waiting for the right opportunity to overtake.
Let's take this look for this battle in the back, and now there's contact between Eric Mahoney and Ice Tin in the chicane, and that's also going to involve Roadside Cookie in the McLaren.
Jeff Fleischman has gotten away scot-free, though. But yeah, now there's an actual pile-up, and now, yeah, these drivers are going to have to avoid the pile-up before the rest of the drivers introduce themselves back into the race.
Well, Roadside Cookie is still sitting there.
Even letting, I think that was Alan Zhu overtake him.
Yeah. What has happened? There he goes. He is back driving again. There he goes.
Yeah, that was strange.
Well, that battle for P4 has turned into 3 cars because Alexis Moison has joined them. Between Tommy Kogan, Fred Forsberg, and Alexis Moison.
Yeah, Moison's got very close to Forsberg there. He is driving with a vengeance right now. The moment that he gets prime opportunity to overtake, he is going for it. Just got to wait for the gap to present itself.
And now Tommy Kogan, he's going to dive down on the inside of the track because Fred Forsberg, he is being a little bit of a bully here as they come into turn 1. But Tommy Kogan, he has the inside line. He's going to hold on to this position. Alexis Moison following through with that with the 2 Ferraris there, Fred Forsberg and Alexis Moison, both following each other there. But it's getting very tight here as they come through turns 3 and 4, and this is where it can get absolutely nasty.
Yeah, Forsberg is actually doing a really good job of covering distance and gaining speed. Almost overtaking Kogan, but Kogan similarly put on a really good defense. Forsberg now having to figure out how to break through while also making sure Moison doesn't get the better of him. These 3 cars are really stuck together at this point. It's very interesting to watch. Ooh. Just waiting to be able to slip on the inside, almost drawing contact. Oh, and Forsberg's gone off.
Oh, no.
Moison's pressure must have gotten to him. But, yeah, dropping one position, another position.
Well, is... Go ahead.
Now Moison's going for Kogan now. But yeah, Forson losing an entire 2 positions, first to Moison, then to Sabadra. Not the worst thing that can happen, but still, that has to anger him.
Daniel Wright, Doug Wetzel currently holding on to each other here for P2.
Ooh. Forsberg loses it again, allowing big bark through.
He did sustain some pretty heavy damage.
Yeah, the damage could have gotten to it as well.
Alexis Moisan, he is now caught up to Tommy Kogan. He is right on the back end there of that Honda. And this is when it's going to get interesting here. Let's go to the onboard and just see what Alexis is seeing here.
Yeah, trying to go for the gap, but Kogan is moving too fast for him, it looks like. Moisan needs to find speed somewhere, or just put enough pressure to make Kogan crack. We'll see how aggressive he decides to be. But getting another lap in the books, as is Kogan. Holding on to fifth in a decent manner.
See anybody else? Let's head back to Thornton, Kieran Fox, Craig Bray, and Righteous Fire.
Righteous Fire's all the ways away.
Oh, he's a ways back, yeah. But the battle between Thornton and Kieran Fox is happening. There goes Righteous Fire. Craig Bray. He goes right off the track in the turn one.
A lot of mistakes this race. I wonder why. And it's not even collisions per se. People just going off track for some reason. But yeah, Fox staying on Thornton. Definitely going to want to get that position. Just seeing these two McLarens battle each other. Thornton's got a pretty decent lead, but if Kieran Fox can find some milliseconds, that's all it takes. Ooh, Thornton runs a little wide, and Fox has been able to close the distance.
I want to see some other battles. That Ferrari of Fred Forsberg's is beat up on the front end, but Big Bark's Ferrari and the Scuderia Ferrari livery, it's looking pretty clean here as he is approaching the back end here of the Bentley. Now, last season, Badge, we saw a lot of Aston Martins.
Yeah.
And there's only one Aston Martin out on track, and that is Tony Giordano.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Why did most of the drivers lose a taste for Astons? Either way, Big Bark is certainly making that Ferrari work for him. Seemingly gaining some distance on Saavedra. Slowly but surely.
Timmy Wilkins approaching the back of Joshua Kimball now. Let's see what else. Easton currently in P16. He is alone. This battle between Tommy Kogan and Alexis Moisan has not stopped. These two are absolutely going ham here.
Certainly. Yeah, Kogan is defending really well because there are a lot of opportunities that Moisan could have taken in order to get the position, but Tommy Kogan just seems to shut every door every time. But we'll see if this slipstream has a chance to even things out for Mr. Moisan. Ooh. Takes a little swipe, maybe gets a little nudge in there.
Who is that off?
Nothing yet, but this is pretty close.
Is that Doug Wetzel? That was Doug Wetzel that was off in turn one. Doug Wetzel has lost P3.
Oh.
And now it is, instead of a fight for fourth place, it's a fight for P3.
Fight for a spot on a podium.
I'll be right back, Bash. I have to take care of a pet. She's being crazy. So But I am currently with the battle with Tommy Kogan, Alexis Moisan.
Yep. Moisan continuing to gain even more distance, just waiting for the right opportunity to overtake without Tommy Kogan closing the door on him. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, they're super close. And Moisan wants even more slipstream. Just wants to make sure that every opportunity to get that overtake secured is available. And Moisan turning cleanly, but Kogan turning a bit cleaner. And as such is widening the gap ever so slightly. Coming through with the final turn, another lap in the books. Every time, Moisan must be going to himself, is this the chance that I get? Is this when I'm going to take Kogan? And every time it's like, no. Oh, but.
Oh, they were close there.
Yeah. It's got to keep waiting. Yeah, Kogan is defending very well. Almost blocking him.
It's not really a battle there, chat. Doug Wetzel is currently 1.2 seconds ahead of Dave Hassar. Oh,
yeah.
Doug Wetzel is gone. He is out of there.
Be like that.
That's what happens when you get in the third. when you qualify so high. And no, there goes Alexis Moisan. He's gonna go on the outside of the track now. He's off track. He was right on the back bumper there of Tommy Kogan on the final turn, and I think he got a little scared or something because he went all the way into the grass.
Yeah. He is still in fourth, though.
Hold on to fourth. He's just hanging out. 40 minutes left here and a pit stop remaining.
Pit window is open.
And race control has signaled that the pit window is open. So we're going to start seeing some of the drivers pitting and see what kind of strategies they're going to employ. Maybe this could be how Alexis Moisan gets ahead of Tommy Kogan. But the question is, will he be able to stay ahead? Should he get that pit strategy in order?
Alexis Moisan has to get up right back on the back bumper if he wants to maybe have a chance at an undercut. I would say an overcut would be quite difficult to do in his spot, but an undercut for sure is in the cards.
Certainly. Yeah, Moisan's just dropping back at this point. I don't know what's going on. I mean, he seems to be regaining some ground, but it looks to be getting difficult for him. Yeah, the top three are pretty isolated from each other, so this is... well, I mean, the top two are pretty isolated, so this is the closest battle, or the highest battle we'll get is the battle for three. Is Big Bark still chasing Savadra? Yes. But also has some distance to cover. Driver number 43 has a stop and go for speeding in the pit lane. Which driver was that? That was Eric Mahoney.
Eric Mahoney. Thornton is into the pits. Same with Fred Forsberg.
Both are out now. Forsberg rejoining in around 22nd place.
Cold, he didn't go for the pass, though. He didn't make the pass happen. We are keeping up with chat. We do have our chat open, just so everybody knows. Big Bark, he is into the pits now. So, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw some early pitters. Now we're taking a look with Tommy Kogan once again, battling Alexis Moison. Alexis Moison really trying to hold on to this 4th position and get that 3rd position away from Tommy Kogan. But Tommy Kogan in this Nissan is doing really well. Now, who is that off? That is a Nissan.
One of the Nissans. Which one, though?
Could not tell who it was, but Tommy Kogan, he is just holding as strong as he can against this guy. "36 minutes to go here. The pit window opens. 16 minutes with that pit window open. We're seeing some early pit stops already happen. Alonso into the pits. Now these two coming through the final turn. This is really only about the close battle we have right now.
And Eric Mahoney comes out of the pits.
Doug Wetzel currently in P5. He's 5 seconds behind Alexis Moison.
Ooh. Yeah, he's got a lot of climbing to do. And Salvador's right on the back of him as well, so got to be extra careful.
Now we're seeing Roadside Cookie. He's trying to make his way through the field. Now he moves from P19 to P18, and he has Fred Forsberg coming right onto his tail here. So in the Ferrari, so we have 3 McLarens and 2 Ferraris chasing each other down. Fred Forsberg looks like he got that damage repaired in that pit stop, so now he has a nice looking car once again. Kieran Fox in 8th place. See here, I turned on the auto director just to see where it would point us, just to kind of give us a direction here, because I will admit, starting to get a little sleepy. Fred Forsberg finally getting past Roadside Cookie for P18.
Oh, but yeah, Forsberg just letting 2 cars pass after hitting the barrier. Multiple, actually. In P20 right now.
Did he hit the wall again?
I believe so.
No, he's still in P18. I don't see any damage on that car, Fred Forsberg. Oh, nope, never mind. Now it's updating. Roadside Cookie is up ahead of him. So he did have to give up some positions now that everything's starting to update again. It is Fred Forsberg back down in 20th. Lexus Moison had an issue and is falling back now because Doug Wetzel is right on the tail.
Ooh. Let me find that. Battle for third once again. Who is Moison passing? That must be a blue flag car. But Wetzel isn't that far away. Let's see if he can get that Rinaldi Racing number 425 Ferrari into the podium position, or if Alexis Moison will be able to secure it.
Tony Giordano is currently 6.4 seconds away from Doug Wetzel. He's P5 in that Aston Martin. He's been driving quite well today.
Very impressive. All the way up in P5 in a car that many drivers switched off of. Let us see how his race continues. Currently, he's got just Dave Hassar behind him, along with the rest of the grid, but they're pretty far away, so don't have to worry about those.
Righteous Fire in the pits now.
See what other battles there are. Yeah, Wetzel's just getting closer to Moison at this point. Yeah, it looks like for the most part these drivers are starting to calm down after having a frantic first part of the race.
Yeah, everything's slowly calming down now.
Yeah, drivers are still coming into the pits though. Wilkins and Gobes are in the pits. Hassar is in the pits. Shaking up the grid just a little bit. Maybe that's what some of the offs are coming from. Tires, or tire wear rather. Moison's still defending from Wetzel. Good to see Wetzel not giving up.
We are halfway through, not over yet.
And we've broken past the half an hour mark. So we are halfway into the race. 29 minutes and 47 seconds and counting remain. Wetzel just seemingly waiting for the right opportunity to overtake Moison. We're just wondering if it'll come. Moison has been taking a line that's pretty hard to overtake against unless you're at a very close distance and you're able to bully your way in.
Looking at Jeff Fleischman now. He is racing really well here. He is currently P9. He still needs to make a pit stop.
Good timing because Wetzel and Moison have just come into the pits. Let's have a look at Fleischman. Yeah, just carrying that Audi pretty nicely. He's all on his lungs at this point, but he is getting points and he's keeping it clean, so that's very respectable.
Craig Bray in the Honda. He is currently P7. He still has to make a pit. 3 people in the pit so far. Alexis Moison, Doug Wetzel, Tony Giordano, Kieran Fox, and where did Kieran Fox? No, Kieran Fox did not pit. He is staying out, and he moves up into P3. And Alexis Moison has come out of the pits already. So now
Giordano
Tommy
comes out of the pits. Ice Tin entering the pits. Yeah, with just under 8 minutes left in the pit window, those who haven't been able to pit have to at this point. Big Bark seemingly getting lapped by Doug Wetzel. Big Bark getting closer to getting the overtake on Wetzel now so that he can advance towards the drivers that he should be overtaking. But it doesn't look like he has the speed to force something yet. I will be able to build it up.
Doug Wetzel, Big Bark. He's trying to navigate through this traffic here. That's going to be Joshua Kimball that was off track in the chicane here. And now Big Bark, he is starting to chase down Doug Wetzel for 7th. Big Bark currently in 8th.
See where the good battles. Pit window's only open for 6 more minutes, so those drivers have to come in as soon as they can. Those who haven't already, of course.
Timmy Wilkins now chasing down Don Fox, and he's also in the middle of this battle for P7 as well. Just gonna have to get out of the way because here comes Big Bark in that Ferrari, but Timmy Wilkins not gonna give him the chance to get past him here. Now he's flashing those lights, letting him know, hey, I need to get get past you here, buddy.
Yep, 8th place from Big Bark has been impressive, to say the least. Is he the highest ranking amateur?
Big Bark, yes.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yep, Big Bark is. Yep. Alexis Moisant in 6th place. Going to be chasing down Tommy Kogan, but Andrew Warden, Kieran Fox, and Craig Bray all still need to pit within the next 4 minutes.
Yep.
Here comes
4
Andrew
minutes and
Warden
5
now.
seconds. All right. Let's see if he's gotten enough ground to keep his position.
And the rest of the other two also pit. So Daniel Wright might become the new race leader. Depends on when Andrew Warden is going to be coming out. He's leaving right now. So the gap was large enough for him to make a pit stop and hold on to the lead. But this is going to shuffle Kieran Fox and Craig Bray back. Daniel Wright comes out and he is going to be 2nd place by the end of this.
Yeah, Warden had no issues regaining his position. or maintaining it rather. He's just on a different universe than everyone else, it seems. Kieran Fox, it looks like, has overtaken Fred Forsberg. Oh wait, never mind. Forsberg is one position under. HUD was messing with me. And Forsberg looks really close, having to avoid Don Fox, I believe that was, and another car. Going past Gobes now, presumably due to blue flag. But yeah, Forsberg, another driver waiting for the right position to overtake and not quite getting it. And yeah, it looks like Forsberg is just following Fox at this point, just wanting to close the gap before doing anything risky. But he is continuing to have difficulties. See where everyone else is at, see where the next battle is. Big Bark up to 6th.
Well, now the field has spread back out. Tommy Kogan alone in P3, Alexis Moison alone in P4, Doug Wetzel in P5, and Big Bark in P6.
Yep. It is quite spread out. In fact, yeah, there is one battle that piqued my interest, and that's Dave Hassar and R. Savadra. Hassar trying to get 7th position here in that Yoshi GTR.
The pit window is closing now.
Thornton currently in P9 in the McLaren. "20 minutes until the checkered flag flies here."
Mm-hmm. You think the grid's going to stay consistent, or do you think there's going to be a shakeup during these last 20 minutes?
You know, Fred Forsberg's in 10th. I probably not. Everybody seems to have found their pace now, which I hate to say, but also at the same time, this we're now 19 minutes into this race. It was chaotic at first. We had two-man battles for the longest time, but as in any good racing, the longer it goes,
The more things settle.
the more things will settle down. And
We got a crazy highlight reel type situation during that first part of the race, though, so that was cool. Lots of action.
Ice Tin currently in P14. He's made up some spots. He is not at the greatest of races, so. But taking a look once again at our leader in the Hansbro Honda NSX. currently has led every single lap, 25 laps here at Zandvoort.
Yeah, Andrew Warden has just been having a locked tight race. No mistakes. No incidents. Just cruising to the finish after a dominant qualifying. "26 laps have gone by with just over 17 minutes left."
Well, now the battle is heating up between Thornton and Fred Forsberg. As they come into the chicane, Thornton will take the inside line and try to make some moves onto some back markers. Kieran Fox, he's also into the mix. Fred Forsberg, he went off. He wasn't able to take the line that he was hoping for. Now we're looking at Savadra in P7. Is he battling with somebody? Yeah, he is battling with Dave Hassar here. Finally, some battles.
Yep, Hassar's getting closer. Is he going to make the move? Ooh, outbreaks. Brilliant stuff from Hassar, but he goes wide. Can he finish? Nah, Savadra gets the position back. But Hassar is going at it.
Well, these...
Gotta respect him for trying.
These are probably the two most unlikely cars you would see in most ACC races, the Bentley and then the Nissan.
Certainly. Yeah, no, these are unicorns in this game.
But you see Dave Hassar, he is right on the tail end of Savadra here. Trying to find an opening, but it's not quite happening just yet. 15 minutes, 40 seconds to go.
Hassar getting closer, but giving Savadra some space. Don't want to make contact. Forsberg is gaining on Fox as well, but it's not as close of a race as Hassar and Savadra. Hassar is gunning for it, absolutely. Making use of that slipstream. Is this going to be the one? Is this going to be the one? Hassar's getting quicker. He just has to finish. Oh, no. The breaking point. Oh, but Hassar might still be able to slip through. Nah. Savadra doing really good on the defensive end. But Hassar is just not letting up. Yeah, we're almost past the 14-minute mark, but yeah, no, definitely good to see a really close battle now.
Well, it seems like that is the only really... Actually, let's head back over to P10. I want to see this battle, see where this is going to go. Because it's getting close. Thornton has lost 11th. Is down to 11th now. And Fred Forsberg is currently approaching Kieran Fox. Andrew Warden currently going through traffic. But here comes a battle for P7 still. And Dave Hussar, he's actually going to be looking on the inside, but doesn't quite get it done this time through turn 1.
Hussar just not able to find an opening that he likes.
Kieran Fox now, he's going to get passed by Fred Forsberg now. He's currently down in P10.
Ooh. Crazy seeing Forsberg finally make his way through. But Fox isn't letting himself lose that position. During these corners, yeah, definitely navigating those apex as well. Just has to make sure that by the time he's past that bank and back into the straight, he's got enough straight line speed to gather the slipstream of Forsberg and try to make a move. Oh, but Hussar is side by side with Savadra now. Oh, he's just got to try to... Yep, he looks like he's going to get the position. Just has to finish it on the turn. Takes the straight line inside. And Hussar takes the position, and with it, 7th.
What would you like to see there? Some late moves. So Dave Hussar moves up into P8. Now, who is that behind him? That's going to be Fred Forsberg and Kieran Fox behind those two. So these guys are going to be battling here shortly. I couldn't believe the amount. I thought they were a little bit farther back, but now Fred Forsberg, 1.7 seconds, actually less than a second now, off the back end of Savadra.
The two battles actually combining. This is what you want to see.
Fred Forsberg now on the back bumper here, He's sniffing that back bumper, saying, that exhaust smells nasty. Gotta find a way past.
Fox still involved. Forsberg now trying to get a piece of Savadra. And Hussar might actually be running with it.
Yeah, Dave Hussar has taken off here as now these three cars head into the chicane before the final two turns. Savadra really holding on here, trying to get going here. He is now currently only a 3/10 ahead of Fred Forsberg as he comes to the penultimate turn. Now here comes Kieran Fox. He tries to make a move on the inside of Fred Forsberg, but he closes the door very tightly as they come to the final turn. Now the final straight, and that Ferrari, he's got the slipstream. Can he find a way by? He's going to be side by side going into turn 1. Does he get the move done?
He does. He does, and Savadra eats a bit too much curb to be able to recover. And now in danger of being taken by Kieran Fox as well. Savadra just letting the race just fall apart. But there's another battle going on, and that's for 4th between Alexis Moisson and Doug Wetzel. The two Ferraris going at it.
Oh, this battle has finally turned into something. Doug Wetzel looking to make a move on the inside of Alexis Moisson.
Corner a little bit though. Ooh, and has to take the route through the sand. Surely letting Moisson back through. We'll try that again. This time we'll be a little bit less reckless, Wetzel says. But that was still pretty entertaining to watch.
Yeah, that was almost a dive bomb. Actually, it was a dive bomb, as he was not able to get the car slow enough.
Yep, just one that blew up in his own face.
Fred Forsberg now chasing down Dave Hussar. Kieran Fox right on the back end of Savadra. This is all for the top 10 here. 8 minutes, 34 seconds to go.
Yeah, Fox is actually getting a lot closer. He really wants 9th.
Well, he wants to keep. He can
almost making a move, but yeah, no. He says enough slipstream. I'm just gonna gun for it right now, side by side with Savadra. Who's gonna break first? And it looks like Savadra's gonna make way. and let Fox get the position. And Forsberg actually getting closer to Hussar now.
Actually, the pass has happened. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Sorry, my apologies. My client has not updated fully with that pass from Fox on Savadra. Now Dave Hussar, he's going to have to defend very hard here for P7 against Fred Forsberg.
Yep, Forsberg is nothing to mess with, and he is in tune with that Ferrari.
Forsberg getting closer and closer and closer and closer to the back end of that bumper of Dave Hussar as they now come through the final straight to go across the line. This will now be 33 on lap 33.
Forsberg looking to make the move on Hussar, but Hussar's got the inside. Ooh, very close, but yeah, Forsberg is throwing everything he has at Hussar. This is going to be a really interesting battle to watch. We'll see who ends up getting more points at the end. We are almost past the 6-minute mark. Fred Forsberg and Dave Hussar are just going at it.
Track temperature is 27 degrees Celsius, so semi-warm track, but it's all right for these conditions. Five minutes, 20 seconds to go here. And now here comes Fred Forsberg on the final straight, almost getting side by side with Dave Hussar. Now he's going to try and make the move once again into turn one, and this time he actually might have the edge as they come breaking very hard. And Fred Forsberg
around the outs. Oh, they touch. Oh, they touch. They touch twice, and Forsberg is in the gravel. Perhaps he was a bit too ambitious, or maybe Hussar was a bit too aggressive. That'll be up to the stewards to decide. But now Forsberg's got a lot of making up to do.
Dave Hussar is not making it easy here with 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go.
Indeed.
Now,
defending very harshly.
Tommy Kogan has approached our second place runner here, Daniel Wright.
Ooh. Didn't think I'd see a battle in top three. Question is, with just over 4 minutes left, can Kogan make any moves?
And you see the
He's
battle.
Definitely getting the slipstream on.
He is indeed. And if you look at the battle behind them, it's Alexis Moison and Doug Wetzel. Ooh, Craig, he is approaching somebody. Craig Bray right in the back of Savadra.
Gonna try to crack into the top 10. They really waited until there was 3 minutes and 30 seconds left for all of these battles to start popping up.
Yeah, really, guys? Really? Can we not done this like 20 minutes ago? Okay, I about took a nap.
Actually.
About almost slept over here. I've been up since 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's been a long day for me as well. Ooh, but Forsberg has actually gotten past Hussar while we've been speaking.
Yes, he just made that move. And now Fred Forsberg moves up into P7. But Dave Hussar might have something to say about that as they're coming through the hill section of Zandvoort. But Fred Forsberg, I think he's got some pace on that car. Now let's head over to Craig Bray, who is still behind Savadra here. Take a look for at P3. Alexis Moisang, P4 is currently battling with Doug Wetzel for P4. And for P2, it's going to be Daniel Wright and Tommy Kogan.
Yep, Kogan getting marginally closer, but needs to make some moves really quickly. There's only 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the race clock. That gives them about 2 more laps to get past.
Well, they come out. Where is Andrew Warden? Because that's really what it depends on. Where is Andrew Warden at the time the flags come out? The current time is a 1:35, so we're going to get... Is he going to get the white flag when he crosses the line? That is my question.
We'll have to see.
He comes through the chicane. Let's keep our eyes on Warden before we go to other battles. This will give us an idea of where it will. No, this next time by will be the final lap.
Yep.
So the white flag will be waving.
Leaders on final lap now.
So Daniel Wright under pressure from Tommy Kogan. They have all been given word that this will be the final lap when they cross the line. Fred Forsberg increases his lead. Big Bark is in front of Forsberg by quite a big margin, so that battle is completely over. But Doug Wetzel, he has an opportunity to take a position here. Craig Bray getting in front of Savagera.
Putting himself in the top 10.
And
well done from the number 709 NSX. Going back to the number 55, though, Tommy Kogan, can he do it? He's got 1 lap left.
And he's going to have to get much closer than that. I was going to say something right now. Tony Giordano is currently on the heels of Savadra, and I think they're on their final lap. They might be coming to the checkered flag. Let's see where Warden is at. No, it will not be. So these guys will have to go 1 more lap. Let's see what happens here with Craig Bray. Oh, no, there goes Savadra, and he is hard into the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Honestly, yeah, Savadra's race has been kind of painful to watch. Just to see it fall apart like that. Very unfortunate for him. Hopefully next race goes better for him.
Well, Andrew Warden now comes across the line to win here at Zandvoort. Daniel Wright.
Very well done.
Daniel Wright and Tommy Kogan coming into the chicane. This is where tensions can fly. Eric Mahoney also battling Joshua Kimball in that Ferrari. So we're going to keep an eye on all of this.
The traffic might affect things. Oh, Mahoney goes wide.
Mahoney's wide.
Tommy Kogan, no, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to pass Daniel Wright unless Slipstream has something to say about it. Kogan eats some of the grass. And nah, that's secured. Wright gets second, Kogan gets third, but very close. Alexis Moissan will get 4th, Wetzel 5th. Big Bark on pace to get 6th position.
Kieran Fox, he makes the move onto Dave Hussar, but he's going to be braking too late in the chicane, and it's not going to happen for Kieran Fox this race. He's going to remain 9th.
And Hussar 8th. Yeah, here's Bark coming across the line in 6th. Forsberg now coming across, followed by Hussar and Fox. And then Craig Bray will round out your top 10.
Tony Giordano currently coming across the line in 11th. And who is that behind him? Is that in that McLaren? I think that was Roadside Cookie. Iceton will be coming across the line soon. He'll take 12th. Great finish from him. Thornton in front of him. Actually, no, Thornton steals it. Steals 12th away from Ice Tin.
Ooh.
And Savadra falls down to 14th in the end there. Righteous Fire coming through the final turn.
Finish.
And he
Asar doing donuts.
That was a race. Well, your winner, Andrew Warden.
Mm-hmm. Very well done to him. Very dominant from start to finish, making things look easy. And this was a very interesting race. All the battles were either at the very beginning or the very end. Hopefully they're a bit more. Hopefully next time I'm on, they're a bit more evenly distributed. But time will tell.
Well, that will do it for us tonight, folks.
Yep.
We've had 60 minutes of Zandvoort. Andrew Warden coming across the line first to win it here. And Daniel Wright and Tommy Kogan finishing up your podium. Bash, any final thoughts?
Yeah, just that hopefully there's just... I mean, that was fun to watch, but hopefully there's a lot more action just throughout the race next time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for watching here on Apollo Racing Club on our ACC Saturday Night League. Join us tomorrow night for F1 2020 Tier 1 action as they head to... They headed to... Where are we on the schedule? We're headed to Japan, to Suzuka.
Hey,
So
that's always a fun one.
that will be a fun one. Broadcast starts at 6:50. We go live with qualifying at 7 o'clock Mountain Time or 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So we want to thank you for watching the night. As always, from everybody here at Apollo Racing Club, we thank you for watching and have a good night, and we hope to see you next time.
Yep, we hope to see you tomorrow.